Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and this is another Dead by Daylight tier list. It's weird. It's not really like a tier list, but because it feels like it's the best way of putting this in like visual form, I guess it's the best way of doing it. Basically, we know that a Five Nights at Freddy's collab with Dead by Daylight's coming. We think it's just skins though, so that's kind of disappointing. But let's just say they surprise us with a killer, or because I feel like I feel like the best way of saying it is definitely like people think it's just going to be like Springtrap, but I feel like it's going to be like just kind of a general like animatronic, and then have all the skins of all the characters because it would be more money that way. I could be wrong. Again, this is kind of just based off of very little information, and I'll be honest, with Five Nights at Freddy's, my information is limited. I haven't played like all the games, and I'm just basing it off of like what I know and what would be good for Dead by Daylight. So I'm probably going to be wrong in some of this, so you guys will have to correct me, I guess. But I still kind of wanted to jump into this and see this because we're literally probably 6 months away from seeing this collab, and it'd be kind of interesting to go back and see if they do put a killer in it, if any of these things do, exactly like come out. So let's just jump into it. So Remnant, I don't actually know how this would be really put into the game, but like a really like interesting way, because you got to think like a lot of the killers don't have really much more abilities than like maybe two or three things. So I'm gonna probably just put eh. I don't feel like it's necessarily needed into making a good killer. I mean, it's just kind of depending on, I guess, how you feel. So we'll put it for the category. So then next up is stealth. I feel like depending on how this character plays, there's two ways in my mind to at least put it. One, I feel like it could be a character that has animatronics that are set up on the map, like there's four of them or something, and then you can swap to using certain ones, and that could really put the stealth in, and it'd be something that's essential. And then there's another way where you're just one solitary animatronic and you're moving around. So to me, I feel like if that's the case, you would definitely need the stealth also. So I think it's definitely a must have, and some ability to mask your sound. Even if it's like not a necessarily like a heartbeat, but you maybe hear just the animatronics moving. That could be kind of still scary, especially if you could throw it off somehow, or like be moving and then swap to one that's behind somebody and they don't know. And then speaking of animatronics, I do believe that there has to be some type of animatronics. I think that's a must-have. Either, like I said, having a character that can swap between multiple ones on the map, kind of similar to like the twins, but like having, I would say you probably need like three or four. And then you could maybe have a time limit which ones you can stay in. I don't know. There's a lot of cool dynamics they could do with this character. So I feel like absolutely you need the animatronics in some certain way. Next up is the jump scares. I think that's also kind of like the iconic part of their series. So it has to be in here. I mean, it would be cool like if you had skill checks and you miss a skill check and then like something could fly out of your screen. I don't know. That would definitely make it a horror game. I don't know if people would necessarily like that or not, but I would think it would be pretty horrifying. And just maybe even like you go to heal somebody, and when you get to 50%, something happens to. I don't know. There could be a lot of cool stuff, but I think that's kind of a guarantee, or like it needs to be a guarantee in that killer. Phantom form, I honestly don't know enough about it to feel like it has to be in the game. I feel like, I guess, in my brain, it's one of those things that could fit in the game, but like I don't feel like it fits the vision of the killer that I would want in the game. But I don't know if that's good or bad. So I'm gonna put it in. I don't necessarily think there's anything bad. Hallucinations. I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, similar to maybe like the Doctor's thing, where his image comes up, could be cool. I don't. Again, I feel like this combination would make it just kind of just like a scary stealth killer, and that would be really really dope. So I'd be cool with that. Illusion disc. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is probably the one thing out of this whole thing I don't really have much knowledge about. I don't know, maybe I'm just like not thinking about it. So I'm gonna go with no. But I honestly, tell me in the comments if I'm messing up not having it in there. To me, for whatever reason, I just my brain isn't really thinking like does it have to I don't know. Maybe I'm just messing up something and it's something bigger and I just yeah, I'm doing this at like 4 in the morning, so maybe my brain's just completely blanking. The ghost, I don't know. Honestly, as like seeing a image of like a survivor that's also in the game could be kind of dope. Like that would be kind of cool, but I don't know if it's guaranteedly needed in this type of thing because you're adding a lot to the character. I think it would be cool if they could do something like you see the ghost of characters, but almost like they're not like the other players. I don't know. We'll have to see. Vents actually would be pretty dope. I would assume that it would be kind of similar to like Aliens thing where he tunnels underneath it because like you can't really physically have a vent above the stuff. So like I guess the visual would be similar to like stuff, but maybe like they have stuff where he could pocket his head out of the locker. I don't know. I feel like there's something there that could work. It wouldn't be exactly what we're saying, like your traditional like jump scare where he pops his head out of the vent or cut like you can hear him coming through the vent. Um, I feel like there's something there though that they could do something similar. The spring lock suits, I do that would that's why I would feel like if you had killers that were the animatronics and that's the moray, is they open up and then grab the survivor and put him in there and then let the traps go off, that would be awesome. I think that would be a great Mori. I think it has to be in there. And the Phantoms, I'll put it back to the Phantom form. I believe it would work if you try like a different idea for the character, but because like the vision that I have of the like character having multiple animatronics or even just the one animatronic, I don't feel like necessarily I think that's putting like way too much into it. But I'll like to see what you guys think. And tell me, do you guys actually think we're going to get Springtrap or some type of killer in Dead by Daylight? Because we do know that the collab's coming, so there's definitely a path, but is it the path that we expect? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. This has been Japan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.